morning, my bass brethren. What we have here today in my hot little hands is a Hayman 4040. This bass was made in 1973. Hayman did a very short run. They only made under 100 of these, and this is serial number 58. I really dig these basses. I've wanted one forever. I remember seeing them on Don Kirshner's rock concert and the Midnight Special. These things were the flavor of the month for a very brief time in 73, 74. Lots of major players used them. I remember Brownsville Station's bassist using one at one point. I know there's others, so guys, if you want to chime in the comments and let me know who else used these, that would be great. But I found this locally. Unfortunately, somebody had removed the rather intricate and large pickup assembly and decided to route a single coil Fender pickup up here. Now, I got very lucky. There was an entire pickguard pickup assembly available in Germany, and so in for a penny, in for a pound, I went for it. And I filled the route, so you can't see where that single coil pickup is, and I've installed the pickguard and pickup assembly. This bass is full of quirky features, the least of which is not the pickup assembly. There's a huge, swing pool sized route here for the pickup assembly. It has two precision-like split P pickups, split coil pickups, attached to a large metal plate. And I think one of the plates is aluminum, and I think the other is a magnet. I'm not sure. I got to look into this more. But the whole assembly is crazy. It weighs about a pound, and I got very lucky because finding the entire assembly is just, one of these needle in a haystack things. But that's not the only unique feature of this bass. One thing I really like is the headstock. This 2+2 headstock with their reverse tuners, and the headstock kind of looks like a Spud or an Alien or something. But, well, that's better. There we go. And I love the acrylic inlay in the headstock with the H sort of floating in the middle. That's kind of cool. The neck is kind of interesting. It's bolt-on, a la Fender, 4 screws. Plate looks almost like a Fender plate to me. But there is no taper to this neck, very much like a Rickenbacker. It is a full 34-inch scale. So it's a bound maple neck, dot inlay. There is there's just a hint of radius in this neck. The curvature is very flat on this neck. The frets are very small and flat. It makes me think of a 60s Fender, but smaller. It's an interesting neck. I do like it. It plays very well. It's nice low action. What else can we say about the bass? Oh, the bridge. The bridge is something else. It consists of 3 major assemblies. There is a bridge plate, then the bridge itself with 4 individual saddles that you can adjust for intonation, though the movement is maybe 1/8 of an inch in either direction. And the tailpiece is acrylic. Machined acrylic. That's pretty crazy stuff. My initial impression about this bass is it sounds very good. I don't consider it particularly roadworthy. Making under 100 of these, parts for these would have been really hard to find. I can see the acrylic tailpiece cracking and breaking with road wear and road abuse. The pickup assembly is overly complex and complicated, and it's not like you could walk into a store in the States and say, "Hey man, I'm on tour. Hey man, get it? And I've got this bass here. Do you have any of these pickups?" You're not going to find them. So they're quite rare. They really don't go for that much money. I see complete examples going for about $1,500 or so. But they're a really neat point in bass development. As I mentioned, this is probably the first time I ever saw 2 split precision type pickups on a bass. Now loading basses with 2P pickups now is kind of common, and it seems to be all the rage right now, as a matter of fact. But even though these aren't Fender pickups, the concept is still there. So I found that kind of interesting. The controls are very simple. It's a volume, tone, and a selector switch. So I'll give you a little taste. Bob Daisley, Widowmaker there. This bass is strung with flats. I usually string most of my basses with round wounds, but for now I'm going to leave it with flats. So that's the neck pickup. Here's both pickups combined. Right now I can't get the bridge pickup by itself. The switch is a little intermittent. I've got to go in there and see what's going on with it. But it's a nice full sounding bass, very tight. So guys, this is my Hamon 4040. Another one to cross off the bucket list. I've really had a lot of fun just, finding this in the wild. I was so shocked to see it at a local music store. I found it at Sound Source in Rochester, New York. And then to be able to find the pickup assembly was a real thrill. So kind of little labor of love, and it fills a gap in my musical history collection. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, the Hamon 4040. As always, check out your local music stores, support them. The Great House of Guitars in Rochester, New York is one of my favorite places in the world. So just keep on rocking, guys, and I will see you next time around.